Okay. Now, tadi maksud agriculture. Okay. Next, building. Okay, building pun you tengok dekat section 5. Section 5 pun ada explanation, interpretation, definition regarding buildings. Okay, so building stands for include any structure erected on the land. Example, residential or commercial development. Okay, industri pun maksud dia ada dalam section 5. Okay, industri apa maksud dia? Industrial lands. Meaning assigned thereto under section 117 sub 1 sub A. Okay, so nanti kita tengok section 117 ni. Okay, so that's the meaning for the section 5. Okay, alright, alienated land, I tak cover lagi alienated land maksud dia. So you boleh tengok lah alienated land tu maksud dia any land, dia sebenarnya land lah, tapi kita tak panggil land sahaja. Okay, alienated land ni maksudnya a parcel lah, maksudnya ni tanah kita, tanah lah, tanah sekarang yang mana ada registered title. Registered title maksudnya yang telah didaftarkan. Yang telah didaftarkan ada grant lah. So maksudnya tanah yang legitimate. Any land including any parcel of a subdivided building in respect of which a registered title for the time being subsists. Subsist tu maksudnya maintain. So kalau apa-apa tanah yang memang ada grant yang official, yang telah didaftarkan dengan pejabat tanah dan masih lagi, maksudnya belum lagi dipindah milik, okay, dispose ke, so whether final or qualified, whether in perpetuity or for a term of years, okay, perpetuity maksudnya selama-lamanya. Kalau term of years depends on the state, berapa specified period nak bagi, and whether granted by the state authority under this act or in the exercise of powers conferred by any previous land law but does not include mining land. Kalau you tengok dekat section 5 tu, alienated land tu dia satu perenggan kan, panjang maksud dia. So I dah asingkan dah setiap satu. So bacaan undang-undang ni dia memang panjang begitu. So what you can do is you baca yang mana ada koma tu dia jadi macam satu bahagian, satu item, satu benda macam tu. Okay? Satu lagi in perpetuity ni, okay, perpetuity juga untuk apa-apa tanah MRL, Malay Reservation Land. Okay, Malay Reservation Land. Okay. So category of land use, the state authority may subject the alienated land to any express conditions and restrictions in interest conformable to law as it may think fit pursuant to section 120 NLC. Okay. 120, you see atas ni, imposition of express conditions and restriction in interest on alienation under this act. Okay, kat bawah tu, okay, dalam ni dia dah explain dah. The state authority may alienate the land subject to conditions and restriction in interest. Okay, sometimes I guna short form, restriction in interest ni, I buat RII. Dia kita ambil yang apa depan dia saja. Restriction in interest, RII. But basically dia stands together, express conditions and restriction in interest. So the condition and restriction in interest to be imposed shall be determined by the state authority at the time when the land is approved for alienation. Okay. Okay, pemberi milikan alienation tu kalau bahasa Melayu dia maksud dia pemberi milikan. Maksudnya pemilik tanah lah, milikan tanah. So every, okay, you tengok 120 sub 3. Every condition or restriction in interest imposed under this section shall be endorsed on or referred to in the document of title to the land. Maksud dia every condition, okay, ataupun sekatan, restriction in interest ni maksudnya sekatan kepentingan. Kalau express condition ni maksud dia dalam BM kita panggil pengenaan syarat-syarat nyata. Okay, syarat-syarat yang expressly stated. Okay, so this condition dan sekatan restriction ni shall be included in the grant, document of title to the land. Document of title to the land maksudnya grant tanah, grant milikan tanah. Okay, so dalam grant tanah kalau you tengok memang dah ada dah sekatan kepentingan. Okay, sekatan kepentingan kadang-kadang maksud dia macam you tak boleh pindah milik tanah ni tanpa kebenaran pihak berkuasa negeri, state authority. Ataupun tanah ni adalah untuk agriculture, penanaman saja tetapi tidak boleh buat untuk pembangunan. Okay, so dia dah ada dah sekatan tersebut. Okay. So nombor 4, 120, 120 sub 4. No condition shall be imposed under this section which is inconsistent with any implied condition to which the land becomes subject on alienation by virtue of section 114. Okay, so maksudnya tak boleh kenakan apa-apa syarat atau sekatan yang mana tidak yang mana bercanggah dengan implied condition dalam section 114. Implied condition maksudnya syarat-syarat tersirat. So express condition dengan restriction kena tengok juga implied condition, syarat-syarat tersirat. Okay? Okay. Oops. Mana tadi? Okay, the express condition will be stated in the document of title under the heading syarat-syarat nyata. Okay, if it is indicated as nil tiada, then no express condition applies. Okay, so now kita go satu persatu for land use. Untuk agriculture, the express condition untuk agriculture. Now, agriculture tadi kita tengok dia duduk bawah section 120 So where in pursuance of section 52, any land is alienated under this act subject to the category of agriculture, the state authority may, in the exercise of its power under section 120 and without prejudice to the generality of those powers, impose such conditions as it may think fit. So panjang sangat kan? Pendek dia, in terms of category of agriculture, okay, pursuant to section 52, so the state authority has the power to impose condition. Tu je. Okay. So the state authority has the power to impose condition. So condition tu express 121 sub 1 sub A until sub D. Okay. So if you get questions relating to please state the express condition, okay, for agriculture. So this is the express condition dia. Okay, daripada section 1 to 11 sampai D. Okay, you boleh baca kat A, B, C and D. Okay, this one please do further reading I will not read it lah. Kalau physical class, I will ask somebody to read it. Okay, this one you can just cross-refer saja. Later dalam final exam, okay, dalam test atau exam you can refer kepada NLC, National Land Code. So you tak payah susah susah nak hafal lah the wording. Okay, as long as you faham maksud provision tersebut. Okay. So dalam agriculture, the express conditions may indicate a particular crop to be cultivated on the land or a prohibition of any particular crop as set out in section 121 of NLC. Ni I dah summary kan lah. Okay, tapi kalau kalau contoh questions for you to listed listed the conditions, so you listed kan daripada 1 to 1A ni sampai D. Okay, requiring the cultivation, prohibit the cultivation, fixing the dates and limiting the maximum. Okay, so maksudnya dia terdapat syarat-syarat nyata lah. So, bila nak guna satu-satu tanah, yang mana tanah tu dalam kategori agriculture, dia adalah tertakluk subject to. Okay, tertakluk kepada syarat-syarat nyata dan sekatan-sekatan berkepentingan. Subject to express conditions and restriction in interest. Okay, dah sebut dah BM dengan BI dia. Okay. So for example, a common express condition is tanaman jangka panjang, dusun, okay, which mean long-term cultivation occurred. In some cases, specific type of crop to be cultivated from the land will be mentioned in the express condition. So for example, okay, for example, rubber, palm oil, coconut, padi. Maksudnya dalam geran tanah tu, okay, tanah ni agriculture. This is the agriculture land. So when they applying for something, okay, dia applying untuk cultivate lah, untuk grow tanah tu. Usahakan tanah tersebut. Bila you apply kepada state authority dalam geran, kena tulis, okay, this land agriculture. What type of crop agriculture can do on the land? Okay, specifically padi, specifically coconut, specifically rubber, okay, ataupun palm oil, okay, tu kena specific. Oops, alright. So certain state government allows application for additional condition to be imposed on agricultural land. Okay, so tadi dah spesifik kan, so boleh juga letak tambahan apa ada dekat atas tanah tu. So contohnya dalam state of Pahang, okay, negeri Pahang, for land matter, dalam geran apa-apa negeri Pahang dia, especially for tanah agriculture, you need to put additional condition tu maksudnya you kena letak apa lagi dekat atas tanah tu. Adakah you are going to build telecommunication tower, okay, untuk komunikasi kan, satelit ke, wifi ke. So you need to put the terms, specified terms dalam geran. Okay, that's the additional conditions yang mana state government, state authority impose on any application regarding agricultural land. Okay, so ni example dia lah untuk state Pahang, telekomunikasi, trade use vehicle, trade exhibition, so kena tambah. Okay, next, in the category of land use for building. Okay, so building tadi you dah tengok maksud dia dalam section 5. Okay, section 5. So you cross refer maksud dia dengan section 5 lah untuk buildings. So I dah letak tadi kan. Okay, here. Include any structure erected on the land. So maksudnya apa-apa struktur ataupun apa-apa bangunan yang dibina di atas tanah tersebut. Okay, so example like residential house, okay, residential community house, commercial development, buildings, okay. Semua tu duduk bawah kategori building. So industrial land. So industrial land tadi meaning dia kita tengok section 117 kan. Okay. Section 117, cuba you cross refer dengan section 117. Okay, I'm showing it here. Section 117. Okay, ni. Okay, kategori industri. Okay, apa-apa yang you erected on the land, okay, you tengok 117 sub 1 sub A. Okay, sub 1 sub A. That it shall be used only for industrial purposes. Maksudnya industrial land adalah untuk yang industrial purposes. That is to say for the purpose of the erection or maintenance of factory, workshop, foundries, warehouse, docks, jetties, railways, or other buildings, or installation for use for or in connection with one or more of the following purpose. So ada 1 Roman sampai 5 Roman. Manufacture, smelting, the production or distribution of power, the assembling, processing, storage, transport, or distribution of goods or other commodities. And then the number 5 Roman to such other purpose as the authority deems fit. Okay. So that's the meaning of industrial land. It's for industrial purpose. So when we speak about industrial purpose, apa purpose-nya? Ni. Okay, dah stated dalam Kanun Tanah Negara. Okay, smelting, okay, manufacture perkilangan. Kalau smelting tu peleburan. The production of distribution power, pengeluaran atau penyebaran kuasa, elektrik lah. Okay. The assembling, pemasangan, pemprosesan, pengangkutan, pensetoran, pengedaran. Ataupun apa-apa maksud lain. Yang tu yang 5 Roman. Okay. So that's for industrial. So the express conditions untuk industrial lands may indicate the type, design, height and structure of any building to be erected on the land or the use or uses to which any building is to be put as prescribed in section 122. So the express condition untuk land use for building and industry, you refer kepada section 122. Okay, kejap saya buka lagi satu lah. Susah pula bila nak cross reference macam tu kan. Okay. Itu tadi. Okay. Yeah. Okay, categories, buildings and industry. Okay, where in pursuance of section 52, any land is alienated under this act subject to the category building or the category industry, the state authority may in the exercise of its power under section 120 and without prejudice to the generality of those powers, impose such condition as it may think fit with respect to 122A, 122 sub A until 122 sub D. Okay. So panjang sangat kan. So sebenarnya maksud dia pursuant to, okay, in reading section, okay, macam ni. Section 122 of NLC provided that the land under category building and industry in pursuant section 52, okay, 52 tadi, comma, the state authority has the power under section 120 to impose express conditions. Pendek je. Okay? Buat pendek je. Apa what you can paraphrase from the word provision tersebut. Apa yang you faham. So, the conditions tu stated 122 sub A sampai sub D. Okay, the area of the land to be built upon, the type, design, height, structure of any building to be erected on the land, and the type and quality of the materials to be used in construction, the dates on or before which any such building is to be commenced or completed, and the use or uses to which any building is to be put. So maksudnya bila apply something, contohlah nak develop kan on the land kan. So the land is only for building and industry. Okay, satu-satu tanah tu you nak develop. So this is the conditionnya lah, syarat-syarat nyata dalam application you, permohonan you. Okay, so you kena ikut syarat-syarat nyata dia. Maksudnya kena inform lah type of building yang you nak create atas tu apa. Okay, yang you nak erected atas tanah tersebut. The design, the height. Another basic contoh, you boleh tengok. So this is in terms of documents kan. But apa yang you tulis dalam dokumen tersebut, dia kena match dengan, kita tak kalau bila ada satu-satu construction project kena ada papan tanda kan depan tu. So papan tanda, ialah papan. So dia akan inform project ni, project apa. Okay, what types of the project, berapa tingkat. Okay, siapa consultant perunding. Okay, the project manager tu siapa, project management tu siapa. Kan dia ditulis kan, consultant engineer, architect, QS. And then dia bagi tahu date of completion. Okay, date of site possession. Okay, so semua tu kena dimaklumkan dalam apa-apa application permohonan you kepada authority in terms of land use for building and industry. Okay. So do further reading. Read section 1 to 2 tersebut. Okay, this one. Alright, so for example, building land may contain an express condition which says tapak ini hendaklah digunakan hanya untuk tapak perdagangan sahaja. So this site has to be used as commercial site only. Ataupun contoh kalau nak buat perumahan kan. So this site has to be used for residential site only. Macam tu. Ataupun construction for residential house. Pun macam tu juga. So dia ada specific syarat-syarat nyata. And then industrial land. So industrial land may contain an express condition that it is for contoh heavy industry, perindustrian berat. Okay. Alright, so kita habis for express condition. So again, I rumuskan. So express condition, you tengok kat sini. Okay, kat sini je you dah boleh buat dah you punya note-note tepi Section 52 sub 1 state 4 category of land use. So category of land use for 3 benda categorize. 1 agriculture, building, and the third one industry. Dalam setiap apa-apa land use, for any land use, there must be express conditions and implied conditions. So express condition for agriculture provided in section 121. Express conditions for building provided in section 122. Express conditions for industry provided in section 123. Okay? Alright. So we move to implied condition. Okay, again, so implied condition is different. Okay, so tadi the whole section. So this one is different. Okay. Untuk agriculture, section 115. Building, section 116. Industry, section 117. But implied condition is different because it depends on the land use. Okay. Depends on application for the land to be used. Alright. So kat sini I dah spesifikkan dah implied conditions tu duduk mana untuk setiap kategori. Okay. So kita tengok dulu implied conditions. So implied conditions for agriculture in section 115. Let's see the implied conditions. Implied conditions. Okay, this one Implied conditions affecting land subject to the category agriculture. Implied condition, the syarat-syarat yang tersirat. 115. Okay. Untuk kategori agriculture iaitu pertanian. So apa section 115 cakap? Section 115 sub 1 where any alienated lands is subject by virtue of any provision of this act to the category of agriculture, the following implied condition shall subject to subsection 3 apply thereto sub A until sub sub A until sub E. Okay, tapi you tengok sini, okay, you tengok dekat dia punya provision dia cakap apa? Subject to subsection 3. Nampak tak dekat wording dalam provision number 1 tu? Dia kata apa? Subject to subsection 3 kan? Maksud dia apa-apa yang dalam 1151A until E ni dia tertakluk juga dengan 115 sub 3. So you scroll bawah, okay? You akan nampak 115 sub 3. Nampak tak? The conditions specified in subsection 1 shall be implied in the case of any land to the extent only that they are not inconsistent with any express conditions to which the land is for the time being subject. Maksudnya tak boleh bercanggah lah dengan apa-apa syarat-syarat nyata dalam any other written law, dalam undang-undang bertulis yang lain. Okay? So maksudnya bila you quote nanti, apa itu express condition untuk kategori agriculture? You kena sebut 115 tadi tu dengan 1153. Okay? Okay. So let's see one by one. So this one implied condition, syarat-syarat tersirat. So A, that no building shall be erected on the land other than a building or buildings to be used for one or more of the purpose specified in subsection 4. Okay. B, that a bona fide commencement of cultivation of the land shall be made within 12 months of the relevant date. Bona fide tu maksudnya good faith. Good faith. Bona fide tu term Latin. Dia term Latin. So kita adopt. So bona fide tu kalau maksud dia tu benda baik lah. Bona fide benda baik, good faith. Kalau lawan dia, opposite dia, you akan jumpa lepas-lepas ni, especially kalau ada macam berkaitan kriminal, mala fide, niat jahat. Mala fide. So bona fide niat jahit dah, sorry. Niat baik, okay? Niat baik, good faith. Okay, kalau mala fide pula, M-A-L-A-F-I-D-E, mala fide pula, bad faith, niat jahat. So dia opposite lah. Itu term Latin lah, tapi kita akan guna. So bona fide commencement. Maksud dia bahawa satu permulaan penanaman atas tanah secara good faith, secara bona fide. Okay, hendaklah dibuat dalam masa 12 bulan dari tarikh yang relevan. Number C, that the whole area of the land other than any part thereof occupied by or in conjunction with a building whenever erected used for one or more of the purpose. Under section 4. Or used for any of the purpose mentioned in paragraph E of that subsection. Or any other purpose which the state authority may specially authorize. Shall be brought fully under cultivation within 3 years. Maksudnya bila you nak develop the land, okay, if that's for penanaman, you tengok 12 bulan. Maksudnya dalam masa setahun kena buat penanaman tersebut lah. Okay, kalau yang C yang ni, the penanaman tu kena buat dalam masa 3 tahun. And then D, that the area of the land referred to in paragraph C shall be maintained and cultivated according to the rules of good husbandry. Maksudnya kaedah-kaedah pertanian yang sempurna, good husbandry. Okay? And then E, that the said area shall be continuously cultivated. Maksudnya bila tanah tersebut untuk pertanian, it must be continuously cultivated. Kena ada penanaman yang berterusan. Okay? So tak boleh buat pembangunan. Right. So again, dalam yang ni juga implied condition, you see dalam tadi wording kan? You tengok 1151 sub A. You tengok kat sub A, you nampak kan ada purpose specified or referred in subsection 4. Okay? Dekat C pun sama. For the purpose specified or referred to in subsection 4. So you tengok purpose in subsection 4. Maksudnya apa-apa undang-undang tanah ni dia kena cross refer. Okay? Dia kena cross refer, dia kena read together with. read together with other provisions. So section 4, okay, subsection 4, the purpose tu dia dah inform dah. Purpose is here sehingga H. Okay, so please do further reading lah untuk purpose 4A until H. Okay. Semua dah ada dekat dalam Kanun Tanah Negara. You can refer this when you answer test and exam letter. Cuma I don't want you to copy paste. I know the wording is long, but that's for you to do some revision to rephrase it. Okay. For some part, I dah summary kan dah. As long as you punya jawapan tu correct, is within the matter, purpose in sini betul lah. Okay, you buat betul, then that's okay. Alright. Okay, now kita tengok, we look at implied conditions for building. So building pula refer section 116. Bawah je. Okay, kategori building. Syarat-syarat tersirat berkenaan tanah under kategori pembangunan. So this one, again sama, where any alienated land is subject by virtue of any provision of this act to the category building, the following implied condition shall subject to subsection 3. So you refer subsection 3 kata apa? Shall be not inconsistent. Okay? So sama. Okay. So the implied conditions untuk building 116 sub 1 sub A until D. So tadi untuk agriculture sampai E kan. So building ni until D. So now let's have a look at the implied condition. Unless on the relevant date, such a building already existed on the land, they shall within 2 years of that date be erected thereon a building suitable for use for one or more purposes under subsection 4. B. That no part of the land shall be used for agriculture or industrial purpose except in so far as the erection or maintenance of any building for a purpose or purpose falling within paragraph 4 sub F or sub G may constitute such a use. C. That every building thereon whensoever erected shall be maintained in repair. And D. That no such building shall be demolished without the prior consent in writing of the appropriate authority. Okay. Now, so bila you tengok dekat dia punya implied condition, syarat-syarat tersirat dia, okay, you akan nampak dia pun refer kepada paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 maksudnya subsection 4 ni lah. Okay, subsection 4 provide for purpose. So the purpose tu ada dekat sini. Okay. Section 116, subsection 4. The purpose referred to in paragraph 1 sub A are the following. Okay, daripada item A sampai H. Okay, so this is the purpose. Maksudnya apa-apa yang you nak buat di atas tanah kategori bangunan untuk item A until D ni kena follow the purpose, tujuan dalam subsection 4. A until H. Okay. So that's how you kena cite lah, cite complete citation bila you answer. Okay. So 116 untuk BM dia A tu pada tarikh relevan sesebuah bangunan sedemikian telah sedia ada di atas tanah, maka hendaklah dalam tempoh 2 tahun dari tarikh didirikan sebuah bangunan sesuai untuk digunakan. So maksudnya dalam tempoh 2 tahun dia kena develop the land and erected a building suitable to be used. Okay. Lepas tu kalau B pula tiada apa jua bahagian tanah tersebut boleh digunakan untuk agriculture atau industrial. pertanian atau perindustrian. Okay, melainkan untuk tujuan 4F atau G. Okay, so you pendekkan je that no part of the land shall be used for agricultural or industrial purpose except for the purpose under 4F or G. Okay, I dah tolong summary-kan dah. Okay, lepas tu 116 1C that every building shall be maintained in repair. So maksudnya bahawa tiap-tiap bangunan di atas tersebut yang telah didirikan tu hendaklah dijaga baik. Maintain in repair, dijaga baik. Okay, and then D, tiada bangunan boleh dimusnahkan, demolish. Okay, diubah, altered or extended ditambah tanpa keizinan secara bertulis daripada appropriate authority, pihak berkuasa. So contoh macam apartment already siapkan. So and then bila you know like sekarang kan ada orang pergi tambah apartment yang apa tingkat bawah tu dia macam elok je. Tiba-tiba tingkat 2 atas tu dah macam ada penambahan kan melebihi rumah bawah. If you see lah. Mungkin nanti I tunjuk contoh lah. Okay, that one sebenarnya tak boleh. Sebab you tak, biasanya the development tu bahaya lah. Sebab bawah you tak ada base. Tiba-tiba tingkat 2 tu dia macam ada 2 rumah berlayang kat situ. Okay, so it's quite dangerous. So it cannot be erected melainkan dapat kebenaran pihak berkuasa. Okay, without the prior consent in writing of the appropriate authority. Okay, so these are the implied conditions affecting land under the category building. So the purpose you read nanti dalam sini. Okay, subsection 4A until H. Now, we go for implied condition for category industry. So category industry enumerates under section 117. So 117, okay. 117 kata apa? Where any alienated land is subject by virtue of any provision of this act to the category industry, the following implied condition shall subject to subsection 2 apply thereto. So A, that it shall be used only for industrial purposes. That is to say, for the purpose of the erection. I terus bagi dia punya maksud lah Sekejap siapa tanya? 1164 AEGH. NLC PDF don't have section 1164 AEGH 116. AEGH ada? Sama kan? I dah bagi you all the same NLC, right? Ni? 116? Right? 116 here. Nampak tak dekat yang I dah sharing ni? Four. A, residential purposes sampai E. Lepas tu, GH ada? A hingga H. Siapa tanya ni? Okay. Nampak tak ada tak? Okay, you have found it. Alright, okay, no problem. Okay. Jumpa dah. Kalau PDF ni, page 209 ni. 209. Okay. Alright, okay, now. Kita habiskan sikit lagi. Implied conditions under industry. So industry ni lain sikit kan. Tadi subsection 4 kan. Kalau you perasan 116 tu dia akan refer 4. 115 pun dia refer 4. Tapi 117 ni dia ada sikit je provisions dia untuk industry. Okay, so subject tu subsection 2. Okay, before kita move kepada subsection 2, kita baca dulu apa dia punya syarat-syarat tersirat. Okay, so the implied condition that it shall be used only for industrial purpose. Hendaklah digunakan untuk maksud perindustrian. Apa maksud perindustrian tu? Dia dah inform dah terus. Okay, tujuan. in perindustrian tersebut adalah for erection or maintenance of factory. Mendiri atau menyenggara kilang. Workshops, bengkel. Foundries, fondery, gudang. Okay, warehouse, gudang. Docks, limbungan. Jetties, jetty lah. Okay. Railway, kereta api. Landasan kereta api. Or other buildings or installation for use for or in connection with one or more of the following purpose. So atas ni untuk industrial purpose, bawah ni additional purpose dia. Okay? First, manufacture, perkilangan, smelting, peleburan. 3 Roman, the production or distribution of power, pengeluaran dan penyebaran kuasa elektrik. Okay? The assembling, processing, storage, transport or distribution of goods or other commodities. The assembling, pemasangan, pemprosesan, pensetoran, pengangkutan, pengedaran barang dan komoditi lain-lain. Okay? So these are the purpose, the implied conditions and the purpose dia. Okay, so far clear. Okay, jap. Subject to subsection 2. Now, see the subsection 2. Subsection 2 dia, okay, bawah ni. Subsection 2 dia, the condition shall be not inconsistent with any express conditions to which the land. Alright? So, yang industrial ni simple je lah. Okay, so nanti you further reading. 1171A ni, A, B, C, until yang bawah ni, number 2. Okay? Alright, so let's go back to my slide. Okay, so we have covered the implied conditions. Hilang pula. Okay. Now, what are the purpose of you understanding the category of land use? Okay, is to determine the methods, is to determine the methods and application ataupun untuk title nanti, registration of title. Okay, now kita tengok dulu. The determination of land use, okay, for land alienated after 1965, okay, the NLC contains provisions for methods of fixing the condition of land use. Sebab previously, okay, before 1965, the method can be divided into 2 methods. So sekarang, dah siap-siap dah. Dalam NLC, you can see dia dah very specific, kan? Sebelum-sebelum ni, dia tak spesifik. Undang-undang tak strict. Maksudnya dia tak specified betul-betul. That's why sebelum-sebelum ni banyak dispute. Okay? Alright. So determination of land use after 1965. Section 52 sub 1. So section 52 sub 1 tadi dah explain the category of land use. Okay? Category of land use ada berapa? Ada 3. Agriculture, building and industry. Okay? Section 52 sub 2. Explain for the power of state authority to prescribe category of land use for a particular area, meaning that the state land that has not previously been alienated. Number second, and then dalam section 52 sub 2 juga, ada another maksud dia, okay, explanation dia bahawa setiap apa yang state authority prescribe for the category of land use must be notification in the gazette. Maksudnya must be gazetted. Diwartakan. Okay. 52. Let's see 52 tadi. 52. Ni. Okay. And then section 77 sub 2, the power of state authority to prescribe condition of land use at the time of approving an alienation. Okay. Semasa Semasa state authority memberi milikan tanah. Kering tekan. Okay. Semasa state authority memberi milikan tanah. Maksudnya bila you apply ataupun you beli satu tanah kan, you beli tanah tu, you kena tahu tanah tu untuk purpose apa. So dalam dokumen-dokumen tersebut tu kena prescribe, kena specify. Okay, land use ni saya nak beli. Tanah ni land use dia untuk agriculture. So okay lah, apply dekat state authority. So state authority in approving tu dia kena prescribe. Okay, so that's the meaning of section 77 lah. The rest tu maksudnya is what you need to understand bila when later on you work with industry. Okay, tanah kan dia banyak tanah. So sekarang kita nak develop ni, nak develop rumah ke perumahan ke dekat mana? Apa kondisi tanah tersebut? Apa purpose tanah tersebut? Boleh ke tanah tersebut digunakan untuk pembangunan? Okay, that's the importance why you need to understand why kita kena classify the land and categorize the land use. Okay. So all semua dah ada dalam NLC. Boleh refer je. If tak ada dalam NLC, you apply for state authority to prescribe it. Okay, whether it deems fit. You see yang bawah ni. Shall be implied in the case of any land to the extent only that they are not inconsistent with the express condition. So kalau benda tu tak ada dalam express condition ataupun implied condition, you apply pada state authority and state authority akan beri kebenaran depending on the situation ataupun area of the land. Okay, tapi jarang lah sebab sekarang semua dah memang enumerated provided dalam NLC, Land Code. Okay. Alright. So, if breach of condition of land use. Okay. Now, kita tengok types of breach dia. First, non-payment of rent. Maksudnya tak bayar sewa. Tak bayar premium rent tu. Fee, yuran. Yuran atau sewa. Okay, now let's see section 100. So kita dah habis the basic principle. Classify the category, okay, express condition, implied condition. Now, if there is a breach on the condition to land use. Section 100. Okay. Forfeiture for non-payment of sum demanded. So apa section 100 cakap? The land administrator shall not during the period specified in any notice under section 97 accept the tender by or on behalf of any person or body of a lesser amount than the sum thereby demanded, and if by the end of that period the whole of that sum has not been tendered to him, he shall thereupon by order declare the land forfeit to the state authority, and the provisions of part 8 shall have effect with respect thereto accordingly. Panjang kan? Panjang betul. Okay, pendek dia. Okay, the effect of non-payment of sum demanded, okay, will be declare forfeiture of land to the state authority. Okay? Tu je. Okay? So maksudnya if there is non-payment of sum demanded or rent, okay, for that said land, the land administrator can declare the land forfeit to the state authority. Okay, forfeit tu maksud dia pelucut hak kan. Pelucut hak kan, maksudnya hak dia, hak milikan tanah tersebut dilucutkan. Okay, forfeit. So that's the after effect if you don't pay the rent. Okay. Membayar sewa atau yuran. Okay, kalau macam Malay reservation land, you akan ada yuran lah setiap 6 tahun, okay, kena bayar. Kalau macam tanah, ada kena bayarlah kepada PTG, Pengarah Tanah dan Galian. Okay, you may ask me sewa tu apa kan? Sewa, adakah tanah kita sekarang sewa ke? Okay, sewa tu sebenarnya maksud dia yuran dia. Okay, yuran tahunan you kena bayar untuk tanah tersebut. Kalau rumah macam residential house, okay, the apartment, yuran tu semua dah termasuk tau untuk dalam satu freehold dan leaseholder. Dia kira benda lain. Okay, rent ni dia ada banyak jenis. Which later we will learn in our next topic. Okay, bawah disposal of land and kat sini strata title. Okay, so dia ada banyak jenis rent lah. Rent ada, rent ada quit rent, ada the final rent, so many rent lah. Dia depends kepada type of land tersebut. Okay, but what you can understand is that rent tu adalah kadar sewa ataupun yuran untuk cukai tanah tersebut. Okay. Okay, so under cases Pau Hing and another against Registrar of Titles Melaka 1981. Okay, so dalam kes ni, if non-payment of the rent, the land administrator allowed to forfeit the land. Okay, forfeiture. Forfeiture maksudnya you no longer cannot stay on that land. Okay, state authority, pihak berkuasa negeri berhak untuk throw you away lah, okay? Kalau you keluar daripada tanah tersebut, okay? Tapi kalau dalam practicing, okay, dalam praktisnya lah, ini dari segi prinsipal kalau dalam practicing, dari realiti sekarang, kalau lupa nak bayar, selalunya kena surat amaran, okay? Surat amaran daripada pejabat tanah. Okay, you tak bayar ni, dah berapa tahun you tak bayar ni, dah 10 tahun. Bayarlah. So boleh bayarlah ikut tempoh pejabat tanah berikan. Okay, tapi kalau you still gagal untuk bayar following to the surat amaran, so state authority ada hak untuk halau you daripada tanah tersebut. But this is not subject to the Malay reservation land. Okay, that's why Malay you kena bersyukur ya, semua hak tu dalam Federal Constitution. And please not take it for granted. Okay. Malay reservation land maksud dia tanah apa bahasa Melayu dia? Sekejap I forgot dia punya bahasa Melayu. Sekejap. Okay. Tanah Rizab Melayu. I nak sebut simpanan tapi simpanan tu lain. Simpanan tu ada hutan simpan. Okay. Tanah Rizab Melayu. Malay Reservation Land. So biasanya kalau pergi pejabat tanah sebut MRL. Okay. Malay Reservation Land. Okay. Next. Express or implied condition. Maksudnya bila dah tadi kan you dah apply kan for the land use kan, and then you breach the express or implied conditions. That one is provided under section 1 to 7. Okay, let's see 1 to 7. Okay, terlari pula. Okay, 1 to 7, liability to forfeiture for breach of condition. Okay, 1271. A and B. Upon any breach arising of any condition to which any alienated land is for the time being subject, the land shall become liable to forfeiture. Maksudnya, tanah tersebut berhak dilucut hakkan dan perlu diberi milik semula kepada state authority. Okay, pihak berkuasa negeri. Except in a case where a fine is imposed under subsection 1 capital A, or where action for the purpose of causing the breach to be remedied is first required to be taken under section 128, the land administrator shall proceed with the enforcement of the forfeiture under section 129. Okay, maksud dia kecuali lah dalam kes yang mana denda tersebut diimposkan under 1A. Okay, denda tersebut tu dia dah dia serve under notice lah, satu notice. Kalau you tengok dekat 1 capital A ni, you tengok line number 3. Serve a notice in form 7 capital E upon the proprietor requiring him to show cause why a fine should not be imposed in respect of such breach. Maksudnya show cause, maksudnya kena datang ke mahkamah dan tunjuk sebab. Datang ke mahkamah pula. Sorry. Datang ke pejabat tanah untuk tunjuk sebab. Show cause. Okay, show cause tu untuk tunjuk sebab lah. Okay, so instead of the land administrator, pentadbir tanah melaksanakan tindakan di bawah section 128 atau 129, okay, maksud yang B ni maksudnya instead of taking action of enforcement under section 128 or 129, the land administrator serve a notice in form 7 capital E upon the proprietor to show cause. Okay, upon failure to show cause to the satisfaction of the land administrator, then the land administrator may make an order for the payment of a fine not less than 500 ringgit. And in the case of a continuing breach, a further fine of not less than 100 ringgit for each day during which the breach continues. Okay, so ni yang tadi I cakap lah, dapat surat amaran. So biasanya dia akan bagi surat amaran, tunjuk sebab datang, and then kalau gagal tunjuk sebab, kena denda. If you continuously breach, okay, then the land could be forfeited to the state authority. Dilucut hakkan, diberi semula kepada state authority. But in terms for MRL, Malay Reservation Land, it keeps penalty, but then nanti akan ada masalah susah untuk pembahagian tanah lah. Okay, division of land. So kalau ada nak bayar nak tukar nama atas grant atau nak jual tanah tersebut, ada masalah lah. Okay, tapi takkanlah keep nak penalty tu kan, penalty tiap-tiap hari, sebab dia kira tau, dia kira by hari penalty tersebut. So kalau you dah delay almost 10 days pun dah 1,000. Okay, right. So that's the effects if there is a breach on the condition of land use. So that one is provided in the case dalam case law dalam CLR-JB, okay, JB tu Johor Bahru, against South Malaysia Industries. So dalam kes ni, apabila company tersebut okay, gagal untuk follow the conditions, express and implied condition for the land use. So the PTG, pentadbir tanah negeri, pentadbir tanah dan galian, okay, forfeit the land. Okay, so that's the effect when there is a breach on the condition of land use. Okay, issues in cases. Okay, these are 4 cases, right? Pengarah Tanah dan Galian, Leo Leslie Armstrong, Lee Hazen Resources, and Harper Gilfillan case. Okay. Okay, dalam PTG, Pengarah Tanah dan Galian Wilayah Persekutuan Seri Lempah Enterprise. Okay, dalam kes ni, all land, okay, pada masa tersebut sebab you tengok tahun dia 1979 masa tu belum, kira NLC belum lagi amendment. Apa yang you belajar ni adalah the latest NLC punya amendment, revised setakat 2020. Okay, So the previous NLC, masa tu the commencement of NLC is subject to implied condition that it shall be used for agricultural purpose. Okay. Seri Lempah Enterprise ni dia nak bina satu development lah on the land. Okay, for commercial purpose untuk hotel tau. Diorang nak bina hotel dekat atas tanah tersebut. Okay. Tanah tu for the purpose of agricultural purpose. Okay, but at that material time, there is an exception. Okay, the section does not apply to such land which is already subject to an express condition. So kat sini, tanah tu only used for agricultural. So agricultural kan ada tadi, express conditions kan? Okay, so therefore the said land is still subject to the express condition. Okay, section tu you tak payah tengok lah sebab section tu is section lama. Okay. And if the respondents propose to develop it for commercial purpose, the condition must be amended. Okay, so maksudnya kalau Seri Lempah ni dia nak bina hotel di atas tanah agriculture, kegunaan, the condition tu kena amendment lah, kena pindah dalam geran tersebut. Okay, ada syarat-syarat kan atas geran tersebut kena pindah lah. So there is necessity to apply for amendment to the Land Executive Committee. Masa zaman ni dia sebut Land Executive Committee. Tapi kalau zaman sekarang, tengok wording dia tadi apa? Land Administrator. Okay? Land Administrator. So further, since the said land is to be subdivided into separate lots to be held under separate titles for the purpose of erecting the shop houses and the hotel complex, application for permission to subdivide it must be also made to the Land Executive Committee. So ini tambahan lah, okay? So the PTJ WP, Pengarah Tanah dan Galian Wilayah Persekutuan and the Land Executive Committee impose a condition. So dia bagi tahulah Seri Lempah kalau you nak bina rumah dan shop houses dekat atas tanah agriculture ni you ada condition. So instead of they follow the express condition of agriculture dalam NLC, okay, dalam land code pada masa tersebut, dia tambah satu condition. Dia kata approval dia bagi kalau you nak ubah. Tapi conditional. Maksudnya instead of tanah dia agriculture to perpetuity, you kena tukar jadi leasehold 99 tahun. So maksudnya setiap 99 tahun you kena renew geran tu, you kena bayar rent. So rent untuk 99 tahun, leasehold ni, okay, leasehold ni lebih mahal daripada rent for perpetuity, freehold. Okay, kalau you tengok rumah ada leasehold, freehold, kadang-kadang developer jual leasehold murah kan instead of freehold rather than freehold punya projek perumahan. That's because the quick rent tu mahal tapi lepas tunggu 99 tahun lah. So kalau kita panjang umur, kita bayar lah. Kalau kita tak panjang umur, kita punya generasi lah. Okay? Right. So what the court held? The federal court unanimously held that the state authority will be acting outside its power when imposing such condition. The committee did not have unfettered discretion to impose such conditions or requirements, though it was fit by the committee. Maksudnya unfettered discretion. Discretion ni maksudnya budi bicara. Okay, unfettered yang tidak diubah, yang tidak diganggu. Okay, walaupun komiti ada budi bicara tersebut, dia tidak boleh. The state authority and the committee can only impose conditions relevant to the permitted development. Maksudnya, first, Seri Lempah you nak buat apa? Erecting the shop houses and the hotel complex. Does it allowed under express conditions of NLC for the land agriculture? So you tengok balik, agriculture express condition under section 115. Okay, 115. So apa? No building should be erected, blah 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 kan? For the purpose apa? Okay. So kalau you nak buat hotel tak boleh lah. That one is for building land. Ya. Okay. Lepas tu satu lagi, the committee dan PTG pada masa tersebut dia impose, instead of dia bagi title grant to perpetuity, remain perpetuity, dia minta tukar kan kepada leasehold. So court kata apa? Tak boleh juga. Okay, that is outside of its power sebab NLC tidak menyatakan sebegitu. Okay. So what can Sri Lempah do? Sepatutnya Sri Lempah kenalah cari alternatif tanah lain yang boleh digunakan untuk pembinaan bangunan. Okay? So express and imply conditions in accordance to the category of land use under NLC. Next, in the case of Leo Leslie Armstrong as the President of Komiti Persatuan Pemuda Kristian KL against Jawatan Kuasa Kerja Tanah Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur. Okay, I understand the name of the case is very long kan? So if you quote dalam your answer nanti you ambil yang ni. Bukan nama PTG tau, you ambil yang nama syarikat tu. Contoh Sri Lempah Enterprise case, ya. Lepas tu yang ni Leo Leslie Armstrong case. Lee Hazen Resources. Yang bawah ni Harper Gilfillan. LEC ni stands for Land Executive Committee. Okay. Okay. Lagi sikit kita habiskan So Leo Leslie Armstrong. Okay. So dalam case ni the court stipulate that land re-alienated upon surrender shall continue to be subject to the same category of land use. Maksudnya sebelum ni dia ada buat pengubah milikan. So bila dia nak bagi balik milikan tersebut, tak kisahlah kepada orang sama ataupun orang lain, it must be subject to the same category of land use, express condition and restriction in interest, and as well as implied condition attached to the land immediately prior to the surrender. Maksudnya sebelum-sebelum ni kena samalah guna pakai balik. The land use, the conditions, the RII, okay? There is nothing in section 204 sub 4 allows the land administrator to change any of those existing categories of land use, conditions and RII of the re-alienated land. The power to change existing express conditions, category of land use or RII endorsed on a document of title, maksudnya yang dah ada dalam grant atau to impose new conditions by the respondent, by the PTG lah, or its predecessor is governed by section 124. Even then, it can only be done on application permohonan by the registered proprietor of the land. The power is however a discretionary power. Maksudnya, kan dah ada same category of use of land. So contoh, tanah ni tanah agriculture nak tukar kepada tanah building. Boleh, tetapi you kena buat permohonan. So permohonan tu kena buat macam mana? It's under section 124 of NLC. Okay, kejap lagi kita scroll bawah ada. Okay, the conversion lah, the conversion of the land use. Okay, but it can only be done by the registered proprietor, bukan by the developer. Okay, the power is however a discretionary power. Maksudnya budi bicara land administrator. Okay, it's not budi bicara mutlak, it's a budi bicara yang masih boleh consider. Discretionary, discretionary. Dia bukan compulsory. Okay. Next, dalam kes Lee Hazen Resources, again land administrator of WPKL, Wilayah Persekutuan. So this is the case where the category of land use was not stated in the title. So dalam grant tu tak ada title tanah. Okay, dalam grant tu tak ada kategori land use. Okay, so biasanya, okay, biasanya tanah-tanah yang dia tak ada kategori penggunaan dalam grant adalah tanah-tanah yang lama lah, tanah-tanah yang sebelum ni, yang state authority bagi hadiah kepada orang-orang, okay, orang-orang kampung ke, kan, yang memang dapat tanah tersebut. And also yang macam kepada puak-puak orang asli. Okay. So sometimes the grant tu dia tak bagi tahu kategori tanah tu. So since it was a country land, the implied condition under which it was held was said to be that the land was to be used for agriculture purpose only. So dalam geran tu dia tak tulis kategori penggunaan tanah tu apa. Tetapi bila scroll balik geran tu, belah belakang dia ada satu syarat-syarat tersirat. So bila baca syarat-syarat tersirat tu, syarat-syarat tersirat tersebut held that the land is to be used for tanah pertanian, okay, agriculture purpose. However, the proprietor argued that the land was town land as it was located in Kuala Lumpur and should be subject to implied condition that it shall be used for building. So dia kata, oh tak, sebab ni tanah dekat Pekan, town land. Okay, town land, so bolehlah guna for building, kan? But the court held what? So the court held in view of section 51 and 53 sub 2 of NLC, the proprietor's argument that the said land was a town land due to its location in KL had no merits. The application was rejected by the High Court. Kenapa? Sebab dalam geran tersebut, the implied condition already stated that the land is for agriculture purpose. So kalau kata tanah tu dekat bandar sekalipun kan, Kuala Lumpur is bandar, right? So bagi dia, dia rasa tanah tu tanah boleh untuk buat building lah, bandar. So, okay, untuk kacau. Okay, sorry, distracted. Okay, so tanah tersebut bagi dia boleh buat untuk pembangunan, untuk bangunan, used for building. Okay, doesn't matter, the court said what? Because express condition atau implied condition is important. Okay, despite your location. Location ni adalah untuk classification. You nak kelaskan. Oh, tanah tersebut tu tanah town ke, village, okay? Ataupun apa tadi? Tiga tiga kan? Village. Agriculture purpose. So agriculture purpose, you refer dekat section 11, implied condition. 116, 115, 115. Okay. So the principle of law that the court held in any event where the land is held under a title, maksudnya yang ada geran lah, milikan yang betul. Okay, geran ni selalunya state authority bagi kepada pemilik tanah. Okay, kalau state authority dia tak ada geran lah. Maksudnya macam hutan simpan apa semua tu different Okay, tu bukan land under this title, allowable to the citizen. Okay, and by section 53 sub 2, the implied category of land use is agriculture. And while the continued use of the land for the flats built on it is lawful under the proviso, it is necessary for the proprietor to apply for the imposition of category of land use before the issuance of title to the subdivisional portion. Maksudnya dia nak subdivide the land, bahagikan tanah tersebut. So sepatutnya lepas dia sebelum bahagikan tanah tersebut, dia kena make sure geran dia tu, geran tanah tersebut tu perlu ada kategori of land use, kategori penggunaan tanah. Okay. So the importance of categorizing the land use. The category of land use will be endorsed on the documents of title. Oh, ada satu lagi kes kan tertinggal. Sekejap Okay ni. Land Executive Committee. Land Executive Committee against Harper Gilfillan. Okay. Dalam kes ni, okay, this is a simple je, small case je. Okay. Dalam kes ni, the category of land use tu is for agriculture. Okay, so the court kata if it is for agriculture, it must be continue to be used for its intention for the title. Okay, so maksudnya perlulah ikut apa-apa purpose di bawah agriculture. Okay, alright. So I think this one clear so far. Okay, now kita habiskan lah lagi sikit je. So the importance of categorizing the land use. So apa-apa kategori penggunaan tanah perlu diendorsekan dalam dokumen title. Okay, dalam geran tanah. So the proprietor, the owner of any alienated land may apply to the state authority under section 124 to alter the category of land use. So contoh, tanah tu tanah pertanian. Okey, tanah tu tanah pertanian, okey, nak tukar kepada tanah building ataupun tanah distracted. Sorry, apa tadi? Tanah industri, tanah building atau industry land kan. So, boleh alter the category of land use dan apply kepada state authority, to which the land is for the time being subject to a particular imposition of category thereon. But the owner has to pay a premium imposed by the state authority for such conversion. So different rates of a premium depends on the different category of land use. Okay. So this is the practicing sekarang lah. So the classification of land and title division, geran So geran under section 77, geran tu divided into dua. Final title dengan qualified title. Final final title, bahasa Melayu dia. Saya kadang-kadang lupa bahasa Melayu ni. Sebab dah terbiasa sebut dia punya term in English kan. Okay, final title maksud dia hak milik pejabat pendaftaran. Okay, maksudnya telah diregister lah final title. Kalau qualified title adalah hak milik sementara. Okay, final title hak milik didaftarkan ataupun hak milik muktamad. Qualified title adalah hak milik sementara. So under section 77 sub 3 final title hak milik muktamad further divided into dua benda, iaitu registry title and land office title. So registry title adalah hak milik pejabat pendaftaran. Okay, registry. Okay, that's for town land, village land, country land exceed 4 hectares for shore and seabed. Maksudnya semualah, semua tanah tu tadi yang kita dah belajar kan, classification kan, classification. Okay, and then land office title. Land office title adalah geran pejabat tanah. This one is for any tanah lot of country land not exceed 4 hektar. Okay, apa-apa yang tidak melebihi 4 hektar keluasan tanah tersebut. So apa sama jugalah, that's for town land, village land, okay? That's for country land, tanah. Biasanya tanah untuk tanah kediaman. Tanah kediaman yang tidak melebihi 4 hektar. Sebab dia punya sistem ni panjang sikit kalau nak explain. Tapi dia punya sistem tu dia subjek kepada daerah. Okay, daerah. Pejabat daerah. That's why land office, pejabat tanah. Kalau registry, pejabat pendaftaran. Okay, biasanya untuk bandar-bandar yang besar lah. Okay. So variation of condition of land use provided under section 124 and 124 capital A. So dalam ni power of SA to state authority to vary the condition of land use upon the proprietor's application, permohonan. The importance of categorizing the land use. There are some alienated lands which titles do not indicate a particular category of land use. These are usually titles which have been issued some time ago when the town or village zoning plan remain unclear. Okay. At the column will remark NIL lah, nil. So tak ada apa-apa penggunaan tanah. So this type of land is valuable as the owner can use it for any purpose or a combination of purpose. However, okay, the state government has begun to notice this, and in recent years, attempts have been made to rectify the situation. Maksudnya bila dah tak ada kategori penggunaan tanah, dia macam boleh buat untuk apa-apa saja, which is nanti dia akan affect kepada masalah yuran. Okay, rent. Rent tu depending on the category of land use. Okay, kalau untuk building dan industri biasanya lebih mahal daripada agriculture. Okay, ataupun penggunaan tanah untuk kediaman. Okay, lagi satu, let's say lah, the land supposedly only for use of agriculture. So tanah tu kira macam tak sesuai untuk pembangunan. But bila tak specify penggunaan tanah tersebut, then bila you erected a building there on, okay, if something happen to the building, okay, building tu runtuh ke, building tu tiba-tiba kena ada defects, defects in the construction, okay, nanti tak naik-naik building tu. I have one case, okay, the tanah is actually for agriculture. Dia tanah tu tak serap air tau. Tanah tu tak serap air sebab bukan tanah gambut, okay. So dia tak kuat, tak kukuh nak buat pembangunan. But the owner, dia bina bangunan dah lah. First, dia tak minta kebenaran state authority untuk bina bangunan. So there is no proper plan, there is no proper design. And tiba-tiba bangunan yang dah telah dibina di atas tanah agriculture tu, dia sengit. Okay, dia bukan runtuh, dia sengit lah. Dia macam masuk ke dalam kan. Masuk ke dalam tanah tau. Dia sengit dia punya foundation tu. Bangunan dah set dah ni, ada orang dalam tu. So sekarang ni, orang-orang dalam tu tiba-tiba kan sengit. Jadi they suffer injury because bila tiba-tiba sengit tu, they thought that earthquake lah. Gempa bumi. But it's actually the bangunan itself. Sebab orang lain semua tak ada earthquake. And then dekat tempat tu tak ada pun gempa bumi. Okay. So, bila ada masalah macam tu, dispute macam tu, macam mana you nak saman? Okay, macam mana pula the owner tu nak claim apa-apa? You know, if dia kata, okay, tanah ni dia rasa natural occurrence, tapi sebenarnya dia yang salah. Sebab the tanah, the land use should not be used for other than purposes provided for agriculture. Tapi dia telah bina bangunan yang untuk development, okay, untuk buildings. So dalam ada masalah-masalah macam ni, so kerajaan negeri dah notice kan, so they are trying to rectify the situation. So example, the Pahang state government has issued Pahang Land Amendment which came into operation and effectively adjusted the rates of annual rent. So in particular, the amended land rules stated that the lands with no category and no specific conditions indicated shall be charged 2 times the highest rate of rent payable in that state. Maksudnya bila you tak buat satu kategori penggunaan tanah, you punya rent tu lah yang akan naik. Okay, so bila dah tak ada, you gagal untuk specify the land use. So end up, the owner will be slapped with a bill, quit rent bill, which may even be higher than the market value of the rent. So in such instance, the owner of the land, the proprietor has no choice but to apply for conversion of the category of land use from nil to a fixed category of land use to. Okay, so bila nak apply apa-apa conversion, pergi balik dekat sini tadi. 1 to 4 dengan 1 to 4 capital A. Okay. So the effect of categorization of land also enable the state authority to achieve plan development. Okay. So bila adanya kategori penggunaan tanah, barulah nampak, okay, tanah yang sini hanya untuk agriculture, this one is for building, this one for industry, barulah jadi pembangunan terancang. Bandar terancang. Okay. Local town planning is largely provided for in the Town and Country Planning Act. The imposition of category. Sekejap. Hello? I dalam kelas. Kejap. Lagi sikit je. Okay, bye. Okay, so this one is provided under different act lah, akta. So the imposition of category of land use is to ensure that the land will be used fully, properly, and only in accordance with the particular categorization. Okay, so these are four importance of categorizing the land use. Okay. Alright, so far okay tak? Clear tak? Any questions? Okay. Lengthy okay, but specifically, simple je lah. Classified tu you asingkan je. Actually from here, okay, I dah cuba paling simplify dah tu. Okay, before we end lah, okay. Just I rumuskan je balik. So from here, you can see, okay, classification kan. So ada land above shoreline, foreshore, seabed, townland, village land and country land. So, then you buat lah. This one is for classification kan. Okay, you tulis kat tepi ni. Apa maksud dia, definition dia apa. Okay, under section 5. And then untuk category of land use, okay, dekat bahagian sini. Implied conditions pula, section 115 untuk agriculture, building 116, industry 117. Right, lepas tu, so you boleh kembangkan daripada sini. Okay, so make sure the category of land use tu kewajipan dia. And then ada express conditions, ada implied conditions. And what would be the effect if there is a breach of the condition? So breach of condition, you refer kepada this one. Okay, ada two types of breach. First, kalau untuk rent, satu lagi untuk the conditions itself. Okay, apa-apa pun dia punya effect dia adalah forfeiture. Okay, penalty and then forfeiture. Alright? Okay, I think that's all. That's very clear kan? Tak clear? Anyone have questions before we end our class? No. Hari ni I tak ada questions lah. Sebab you all stay with me to finish. Okay. So ni pun nak ambil masa lebih kan. Okay. So that's all. We finish our topic 3. We will move to topic 4. Okay. Topic 4 hari Rabu ni Hari Rabu ni kita buat online. For topic 4. Topic 4 dengan 5. It's quite lengthy sikit lah. Dia pasal disposal. Pemindah milikan. Okay. Tapi dia lebih kurang. Cuma dia banyak jenis. Okay. And then I receive for your test kan. Test tarikh untuk test. Okay. Untuk test, I akan cover daripada topik 1 sampai topik 5. Okay. Topik 1 sampai topik 5. So apa yang kita dah belajar dengan principles of fixture and chattel, the history of torrent system, the classification and also category and then disposal. Okay. So tapi I nak buat satu lagi kelas lah. I nak cover sampai topik 6 sebab I saw that you all akan ada cuti mid-sem break kan, panjang. And then ada cuti Christmas lagi, cuti tahun baru. So nanti tak sempat nak cover semua. But before your test, I akan try cover sampai topik 6. Cuma your test akan include topik 1 until topik 5. Okay, so you can do some revision dulu. Okay, so next week, hari Rabu. So next week, hari Rabu, 16 hari bulan, we will continue dengan topik 4. Okay, so I will upload the notes tomorrow, insyaAllah. Okay, so you can have an advanced reference. Okay, no more questions? Ada. Okay, so that's all. So thank you so much for your participation. Okay, nanti for the recorded lecture I upload lah. I kena extract dulu daripada cloud. Okay, thank you. Yeah, rest. Okay. Alright, you're welcome. Bye. Thank you so much, everyone.